You can say it.
Her normal name, okay, is Charlotte Bosseaux. I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, go out for Charlotte Bosseaux!
The way you say it sounded almost like Charlotte Bisou, which is, you know, Charlotte Kisses. It's quite pretty. Thank you. So, I'm Charlotte Bosseaux. That's the right pronunciation. And I'm a lecturer in translation studies at the University of Edinburgh. Yay! And I'm also French, which is basically my excuse for everything and anything. So if someone comes to me and says something like, "Oh, Charlotte, I like, you know, the way you dress," so yeah, thank you, but you know, I'm French, so you know, fashion is in my genes. But if someone tells me, "Charlotte, I don't really like what what you're wearing," I just tell them, you know, I'm French, so I don't give a shit, you know. Yes. So what is translation studies? Well, translation studies is the field of investigation of translation. I know, translation studies, it's all in the title, it's not rocket science. And what do we do in translation studies? Where we look at translations, what gets translated, who translates, how do we translate, why do we translate in the first place? That's the kind of thing that we ask ourselves. For instance, I'm working in film translation, so I'm interested in dubbing and subtitling, and there are things behind why you dub or why you subtitle. Now, most of you are native speakers of English and wondering, why should we care about translation? You know, everything, well, not everything, a lot of material is written in English, a lot of films are shot in English, so why should we bother about translations? Well, I think you should. I think you should because we need to think about what would be the state of the world if some very important text hadn't been translated, such as Greek philosophical texts or Buddhist scriptures or Tintin. I know it's pretty important. Now, in my research, I have come across quite a lot on how we talk about translation, how we call it the metaphors of translation, and how you can actually say that a lot of how people talk about translation is actually quite sexist. Yes, that wasn't funny, but thank you for laughing. It is actually quite sexist. And we talk, well, I don't, but some people talk about translation. They see the original as being the most important thing, so it's creative, it's original. The translation is derivative, it's a secondary activity. So a translation is good if it's faithful to the original, and it's bad, you know, if it's betraying the original. And one scholar actually has talked about translation in going further there. And he talks about, he's a philosopher called George Steiner. He talks about translation as penetration. I think I got the attention of some of you saying this. He does. And what he says, he actually says that when a translator chooses a text, what he does, he, because we're not really talking about she there, it's he, translator, is going to invade the source text, penetrate the source text, extract its meaning, and bring it home. That's what he says. And I think it's important to think about the impact of thinking like that. Particularly when at the moment, currently we're trying to boost numbers at the university, we're trying to attract more students, getting them to be translators. And I'm fairly sure that if we told people that if they got into translation, they might get a chance to penetrate and bring home Amélie Poulain, they might just get interested, or Baba or the Pokemon, you know, whatever you're into. There's no judgment here, no judgment. So translation studies can be quite sexist, and no wonder why I have decided as a French feminist researcher to study strong, you know, powerful, sophisticated women for my research, so such as the British modernist writer Virginia Woolf and the American feminist activist Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's true. I do research Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And which explains the outfits. I'm Virginia Werewolf, if you were still wondering. Not that I care, you know, but you know, I just say it. So in my research, what actually I do, I work on voice. I'm interested in how, when you dub, in particular, so I do film translation, when you dub a film or television series. So when you dub, you're going, in France, you're going to change the voice of the actress or the actors, and you could change aspects of the personality of the characters. So I'm interested in doing that. And I've talked about dubbing as being a vocal plastic surgery. Because you can basically do what you want, and if you want to have a better personality, then you know, maybe you can do a little bit of dubbing. For Buffy, for instance, if we want, you know, to adapt Buffy to a French audience, so a highly sophisticated intellectual French audience, I know, then maybe we could make Buffy sounds a little more, maybe a little bit more intelligent, so that she can fit in with, you know, what you would expect from a French feminist. And maybe Angel could sound a bit less miserable. And Spike maybe could be even sexier. Yeah, Spike could be sexier. So yeah, so that's what I do. I do dubbing, and because I know that deep down, you all want to sound French. I think you do. I've got powers, and I do know that everybody wants to sound cute and sophisticated, you know, and charming and all that. So tonight, for you, because it's Christmas, it's the magic of Christmas, I'm going to help you just get there. And to do that, I'm going to teach you a French Christmas song, a French carol. Because I'm a Carol-aoke mistress. So, well, you knew what was coming. You're going to sing. Yes, you are. And I'm going to... The French carol that I've chosen is called Douce Nuit, which is actually a translation from the German, and in English you have it as well. It's Silent Night, so you all know the tune. That makes it much easier. And it's all about the night, you know, when baby Jesus was born, and with the stars watching, and the three wise men coming to give the presents, and so on. So first, I'm gonna sing for you, because I've got a beautiful voice. Yeah. And then we're gonna do it together. So it goes, douce nuit, sainte nuit, sous le ciel de Noël, une étoile est bien seule aujourd'hui, une étoile a besoin d'une amie, elle attend la naissance de l'espérance infinie. You agree? It's beautiful. So you all want to sound like me. So here we go. I'm going to sing Douce Nuit. Douce nuit, sainte nuit, sous le ciel de Noël, une étoile est bien seule aujourd'hui, une étoile a besoin d'une amie, elle attend la naissance de l'espérance infinie. Douce nuit, sainte nuit, sous Da